Welcome to the Nagual Zone. My name is Anaam. Let's dive straight into it. A while back I did a video called The Toltec View of Self-Love, link coming up. In it, a user called SacredWeb33 posts some questions. Would you give a talk on the Great Spirit and our relationship to it as humans? Don Juan talked about creating a double, an energetic double, and offering it to the Creator as payment. What was he trying to gain by doing that? Yeah, good question. And what even is an energetic double? And how do you create one? And what is the Great Spirit? Is it Jivan Jimuta, the life force sustainer? Thanks, Anaam. Peace. Some good questions here. Questions that should make for an interesting video. An interesting video in terms of some bubbles will be burst. So, what is our relationship to the Great Spirit as humans? What is the Great Spirit? Easily put, the Great Spirit is all that is. That's one way to look at it. But there's a problem with that one. Because in the Toltec path, there is the known, there is the unknown, and there is the unknowable. The known, the unknown, and the unknowable. The known is known by you. Your body can sense it, or sense it in the sense of your body knows that it exists at the very base level. Whatever the known is, your body acknowledges that its existence. You may not understand it, you may not, but that falls within the realm of the known. There are parts of the known, well, let's just say that major parts of the known fall under the unknown. You can never really know anything and everything. So whatever you know will never be completely known. It is impossible. There will be parts of it, in fact, major parts of it, that will forever be unknown to you. Forever. To you, to the whole human race. However, there is a word that describes the human race very well. Actually, not the human race. The white Romanized machine mind. It describes this Western European machine mind very well. And that word is hubris. 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 Hubris isn't really quite pride. It really isn't quite arrogance. But it is more than the sum of these. It has pride in it. It has arrogance in it. Hubris. So in our hubris, we assume, it's just an assumption, nothing more, just to make us feel safe. Just to make us feel safe. We assume that what we know all of it. So if I know something, my automatic second layer of assumption is, I know all of it. That's not the case. That is only your hubris that has convinced you of that. Believe me, what you know is the tip of the iceberg. The actual iceberg is totally unknown to you. You think this is planet Earth we're living on. You know it as planet Earth because that's how it's been described to you by consensus reality. So now you have round Earth, flat Earth, potato Earth, banana Earth. Earth is not flat, Earth is this, Earth is that, Earth is round Earth. You have nonsense. Just narratives being opposed by another narrative. Nothing else going on there. And looking for proofs and mathematics and facts and white science and blah, 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 blah. Just wasting time. Bored people wasting time. Bored people wasting time. Got nothing better to do in their lives. So in our hubris, we know, it is known that we live There's the earth, there's the land beneath my feet, I walk on it, houses are built on it. We know there is something. Apart from that, it's debatable. It's debatable. The Toltecs, when they see energy as it flows in the universe, quickly are able to see that the closest English word to describe the planet Earth or planet Venus or planet Mars or the sun, the closest words to describe these things, that word is dimension, or a vibrational frequency phenomenon. Phenomenon vibrating on a certain band of emanations. In the Toltec system, frequencies are understood as emanations. We call them emanations, which I think is a much better, it's more energetically, it gives more of an energetic picture than frequencies, which gives us more of a, like as if there are some kind of frequencies you can hear, you know, that kind of thing, which is not accurate. At least to me, it's not accurate. Emanations is a very, very good word. So what has been described to you as a planet is a conglomeration of emanations that your assemblage point and everyone else's assemblage point, which has been fixed at a certain place by consensus reality, repeated narrative, then decodes those emanations with words like planet Earth and experiences like the planet Earth. I live on the planet Earth. You'd see where I'm going with this. It's a perception thing. It's a perception thing. What is the Great Spirit? Now here's the special thing about the Great Spirit as you would understand, or in the Toltec tradition, I like the term the Nagual. I like that term, the Nagual, because it indicates something unfathomable. The thing with the Nagual that is confusing to the average man, or to anyone really, is that it simultaneously lies in the realm of the known, in the realm of the unknown, and in the realm of the unknowable. So the Great Spirit, or all that is, you can know, a lot of it is unknown, and most of it is unknowable, right? That should serve as a little bit of a deterrent to our hubris and give us perspective of how how petty we really are in the grand scheme of things, right? How tiny we are, how insignificant, but significant because we exist. Anything that exists for whatever reason it exists for. Maybe it doesn't need to have a reason to exist, but it is. If it is, then it has a part to play. You understand? There are no inefficiencies in this closed system called the Nagual. That is the Great Spirit. What is our relationship to it as humans? You know what? That question really doesn't make sense to a Toltec, and I'll tell you why. There's no way to answer it on that level. How does a tree relate to itself? Tell me. Look outside your window. If you see a tree or a plant, how does it relate to itself? Does it know that it exists? How does it, try and think, how does it relate to itself? This is in the realm of the unknowable for you. It's the same way, what is our relationship to the Great Spirit as humans? You are the bloody Great Spirit. Because you exist. You are. If you are part of the Nagual. So far so good, right? Nagual doesn't need to justify your existence to you. So when great philosophers down the ages have asked the questions, who am I and why do I exist? Oh, ho, 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 ho. Just indulgence, just nonsense. Really, bored people. We've got nothing better to do, just jerking off in their head, writing big philosophies and being world famous and being thought of as big, knowledgeable men. They're all bloody men all the time. They're all bloody men. And we know how intelligent men really are. Be honest now, be honest. Every woman knows what I just said. Every woman knows. Believe me, the male of this species is one of the most stupid creatures that can exist on this planet Earth. I kid you not. And I'm not really against anti-men. This is just what is. The results of white male stupidity, Western white Romanized male stupidity are all around you. You can take it or leave it and get all offended. I couldn't care less, just piss off from here. This channel's not for you. That's it, finished. Okay, so moving on. What is our relationship to it as humans? There is none. There's no relationship that assumes that there is there and you are here. It doesn't work like that. You are. As soon as you are, everything is also is one. It's all, you can't separate air from air. You can't separate space from space, can you? In the same way, do you know what I mean? You can't separate, oh, this silence can be chopped in two and now it's two silences. It makes no sense, does it? It doesn't make no sense. In the same way, that question, what is my relationship to God? Or what is my relationship to whatever life force sustaining? Or what is my relationship? That is really creating a division where there is none. Do you understand that? There is no division. That is a real, like, it makes no sense to the Toltec. To a warrior, there's no way to understand even that question. How can that question be put? However, because I used to subscribe to the reality the consensus reality which makes these kind of questions natural to ask, I used to subscribe to that. I was a member of that reality. I can remember back and relate to the mentality that most humans have, which will get you to ask this question. There's a problem here because that question, first you have to get schizophrenic enough in your head to divide yourself. So you are a patch of inner silence, and then the Great Spirit, which is another inner silence. So now, what is this silence relationship to the bigger silence? It's just silence, mate. It's all space. How do you chop air? How do you chop space? You can't. Do you see what I mean? You see where I'm coming from? It's very important to get. It's a very, very, I hope this is coming across clearly because this can really, really help change perceptions. Okay, so never ask what is my relationship to God, because you are it. You're it, man. You are. Not even it. Forget it. You are. You are means everything is. There's no other way to put this in English. Okay. Don Juan talked about creating a double, energetic double, and offering it to the creator as payment. Now, this is freaking nonsense. I don't care. This is all probably coming from the later books of Castaneda. And in my opinion, the first 5 or 6 books were where Castaneda's journey kind of ends. Anything else he wrote, especially in the late 70s, 80s, a lot of it, he was embellishing a lot by that time. He was really, I don't know how to put it, but there was a lot more crept in that he started believing his own bullshit, really. And when you start doing that, you start making things up to justify the bullshit, you know. So there's a lot of good stuff even in his later books, no doubt about it. But you know, stuff like this, these are all projections of his own twisted understanding of the Toltec way. And maybe the crow didn't have a lot of time to teach Castaneda, really. He only had 10 years. I think, what was it? Yeah, I think maybe 15 years. But the crow had told him, I don't have a lot of time to teach you. And then Castaneda dropped out and had his own shenanigans going and came back again. You know, all of that he did. So I don't think he had a complete education in the Toltec system. Castaneda was a genius. However, I think a lot got twisted in his understanding of it. As far as my opinion is concerned, we all know what my opinion is worth. Nothing. Zero. So, offering it to the creator as payment, what the bloody... What payment? What are you going... My little silence is going to offer a little bit of extra silence to the bigger silence as silence. It makes no sense. I'm going to inhale, divide that air in my lungs into a tiny little bit of air, and then exhale a little bit of that air, catch it somehow, and offer it to the air around me. What kind of... Imagine you met someone in the pub or a bar or, you know, walking down the street who did that, who was like, yeah, that's my grand payment to the air all around me. I'm going to inhale, chop a little air, and then exhale a little bit and offer it. You just go, what the hell are you talking about, man? Have you totally lost it or what? That's what it is. That's what this is. It's utter nonsense. So I would like you guys to develop the ability to not, you know, you don't even have to wonder about this stuff. You don't even have to, like, develop enough penetration, enough self-trust. Enough self-trust. That's what it's about. Develop enough self-trust that you can instantly see bullshit and be brave enough, confident enough. But again, that comes when you have trained and trained and trained and trained for decades. That confidence will only come then. Don't assume otherwise. You'll just end up being a self-important prick. But it is possible to be confident enough to see through, and no matter who it is, I don't care if it's the crow who did it, this is bullshit, I'd call it to his face. I'd say, what the hell are you doing? That's bullshit. How can you... Well, that makes no sense. So to me, this makes no sense, offering it to the creator as payment. What the hell? Well, who are you paying? This is just human terms, applying human nonsense to nature. That is, if that's not insanity, I don't know what is. Okay, moving on from there. What was he trying to gain by doing that? I think this is just fiction that Castaneda's twisted understanding of how the crow would behave, or what. I don't really know where this is coming from. This makes no sense to me. Anyway, what even is an energetic double, and how do you create one? Let me put it this way. If you came to me and you said, you know what, I'm an expert at creating energetic doubles, and I can teach you how to create an energetic double. And you showed me that in proof. You doubled yourself. Suddenly there's two of you. There's an energetic double, and then there's you. And I'm seeing this. Two things would happen. Two things would happen with me. One of them is it wouldn't impress me in the least. Not even in the least. And I'm really talking about you coming, really, you separated and magic happened and there's two of you standing right in front of my eyes. I wouldn't even ask you how you did it. I would not even seem interested. I'll tell you why. So I wouldn't be impressed and I wouldn't be interested. I'll tell you exactly why I wouldn't be impressed, and I'll tell you exactly why I wouldn't be interested in learning how to have an energetic double. Energetic double. What the bloody hell is an energetic double? Good question. Keep asking, because it's just nonsense. All these things, you know why I wouldn't be impressed by this energetic double business or any magic trick you could pull, levitation, telepathy. These things don't impress me. You know why? Because I've had my fair share of mystical experiences. Oh my God. The if I was to tell you some of my mystical experiences, you'd all be suitably impressed and you'd have such a grand image of me and so much respect because oh my God, Anaam, he's had these amazing experiences. And then you'd start jerking off in your head about me. That's what these gurus live on. That's what you know. These are not impressive things. You know what is impressive? That I wash the dishes for the 10 millionth time in my life with exactly the same appreciation, impeccability, presence, inner spaciousness, grace, dignity, self-love as if I was doing it for the very last time in my life. And that this was it for me. This was my final act before I leave this earth. That is impressive. Having an energetic double is unimpressive compared to that monumental feat that I just described. And if you can do that, you will have prepared for your death in a way that you cannot even imagine right now. That is impressive. So all these magic tricks, don't fall for them. An energetic double, how's that gonna... Okay, fine. You get an energetic double. I describe to you what the hell is an energetic double and I show you how to create one. All right. How's that going to enhance your life? What are you going to do with it? Or send the double off to shop for you whilst you do what? Levitate and navel gaze and meditate or do whatever. How does that increase the quality of your life? You're going to pull some fancy tricks, feel good about it, get your self-importance all high and mighty and feel like you're above the average man, very special person, and sorry but not impressive. Okay, not even interested. I wouldn't even be interested. I'll tell you why. Because this is a waste of time. You've got precious few years, if not hours, if not minutes, if not seconds to live. Can you predict your death? Do you know when you will die? Do you know when you will die? Did you say no? Ah, yeah, we don't know when we'll die. If we don't know when we'll die, then how can we assume that we have loads of time for things that do not create a high quality of living? How can we assume that? How can we be so wasteful? So, hey, for someone else, man, knock yourself out. Go create doubles and triples and go create 5 of you. I don't care. You know, do whatever the hell you like. It makes no difference to me. Do energetic doubles and physical doubles and emotional doubles and every bloody double you can think of. Go do it. Okay? Feel great, feel happy. Off you go. For me, this is not my priority. It has no interest for me. Learning how to levitate and become a bloody bird and become a panther and turn into a jungle cat or some weird magic tricks, you know, just magical tricks. It's not going to add to my inner silence. It's not going to make me learn to be more impeccable. It's not going to add to my personal power in any way except just a magic trick. I could just as well, you know what it's on par with all this stuff? Energetic double and triple. I'll tell you exactly what it's on par with. It's really not above that. Imagine if you went to a YouTube video and learned some simple card tricks, how to create an ace, and you know all these little card tricks. It's really no better than that. Oh, I can create an energetic double. Okay, good. I can do some card tricks. Oh, I can do a wheelie on my motorbike. or I can do a handstand. There's always like a and so what. There's always that after this. But and so what disappears when you are spacious, silent from the inside, content with this moment, completely tranquil, content with this moment. This moment. This is when no one can say, oh, and so what? That would be nonsensical, right? This is the space you want to be in. Let go of all that other stuff. These are valid questions. They exist on a particular mind matrix wavelength. And it is important to ask these questions. And thank you, Sacred Web 33, for asking them. I would like you to start moving away from that matrix of the mind. Continue to ask whatever questions come to you. That's not the thing. But start moving away from it into inner spaciousness, vibrant alertness, and inner silence, completely content with this moment. Completely content with this moment. Breathing easy and just being right here. Just here. That to me is magical. That to me is special. With that, let me know what you think. Maybe you have more knowledge about these energetic doubles than me. I was never interested in all these magic tricks, so I never really, I don't, even now, I couldn't care less about this stuff. I don't know about it in the kind of detail that people may think that I would, because I simply don't, I can't be bothered with all this. I've got limited time on this earth. There are far more important and priority things to be developing than all this stuff. With that, leave your comments. Whatever you have, you may have an opinion on it, you may have some thoughts to add to this video. Absolutely put them down in the comments, and I will see you in the next video. Walk in freedom. Bye for now.